Quasar has returned.
Let's just hope there is no highly contagious aggression-causing virus 298 days later for Jayson Tatum. Let's hope the horror is behind him, 28 days later. First start since tearing his Achilles not even 10 months ago. That was May the 12th, and look at him now, waving to fans as he enters for a warm-up. That man had a smile on his face most of the night. All right, was it perfect? No, it wasn't. But his passing was on point to start. This was early in the first quarter. There was no score because the start was ugly, actually, for both teams. He finished with 15 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists in 27 minutes played. Celtics got the win, 120-100.
It was surreal. It was an emotional day. It's been a long journey. God is the greatest. To get me to this point, it was many days I dreamed about this. And for it to finally happen and share it with my family, my teammates, the crowd, it was everything I could have dreamed of.
What can you tell us about that journey you just mentioned?
It's been tough. Emotional. A lot of times I doubted myself. A lot of nights I spent crying. But I just try to keep showing up every day and try to put my best foot forward. And I still got a long way to go, but this is a huge step for me.
I thought he played with a free mind. I thought he played with a sense of gratitude, a sense of perspective. I thought he played with a sense of freedom of, I'm here, I've accepted this, I'm grateful for this, and how can I continue to grow and get better, but also be myself. I think, we cannot have a lesser version of him. And so I thought it was kind of saw a good balance.
Obviously, it's great having JT back. I commend him, being able to, put himself on the line a little bit to come back and be a part of something bigger. I think that is his mentality. So I appreciate that. I know the organization appreciates that because he didn't have to, and nobody put pressure on him, but he wanted to be out there. So I think it's commendable.
Well, Michael Malone caught this game courtside as he called the game for us on ESPN, joining us now. Michael, let me ask you this. As a coach, you have a superstar coming back after a long layoff. What are you hoping to learn in this game in terms of what that player can give you that you couldn't figure out in practice alone?
Well, really, for me, it'd be more important just get him out there and help him find that rhythm, that confidence. You could see in that first half before he got that tip dunk, there was some hesitation by Jayson Tatum. Yeah. He talked to George Sedano after the game. He had a lot of doubts on those 298 days leading up to tonight. So if I'm a head coach like Joe Mazzulla, I'm supporting him, I'm empowering him, I'm putting him out there. And all of his teammates, you could tell, they wanted to make sure he felt comfortable. Once he saw that first basket go through, there was a relief, and from that point on, he wound up having an outstanding night in his first game back.
So I guess my question is, it's a matter of balance the rest of the way through. The Celtics are obviously the second in the East. They want to maintain the level of play that they've had previously. Now they get to add Tatum to it. But now it's a matter of keeping Tatum safe because he wants to go out there and do the things that he wants to do because he's been sitting out for 298 days. How do you find the happy medium to keep all parties happy?
Well, if you want to win big, like when we won a championship in Denver, you need sacrifice, right? Everybody wants theirs, but they've won a championship. This core group with Joe Mazzulla, they won a championship in 2024. They understand that in order for them to do that.
Go ahead.
I have a simple answer for this. It's Joe Mazzulla's team because that man is coaching his butt off. You are missing an all-NBA player in Jayson Tatum, and what do? You tweak the system that really helps Jaylen Brown elevate to an MVP this year by embracing something that a lot of people thought you forgot about, and that's the lost art of the mid-range. The reason why the Celtics are so successful is because Joe Mazzulla said, JB, do your thing. Go out there, hit those mid-range shots. Go out there and be a dog. Go out there and be motivated, and I will surround you with some of the best shooting in the game. Joe Mazzulla has been coaching his butt off the last few years. And so when I look at this is a team that's still number 3 in made threes. They have the number 2 offensive rating. They have lost a number of key pieces to the championship squad, and it does not matter. Are they still number 2 right now in the East? They have a number 7 defensive rating. This is a masterful job by their coach who embraces the moment, knows how to make the most out of the least. You have to credit Jaylen Brown for his performance so far this year. But the simple answer is it's Joe Mazzulla's squad, and Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they know how to allow each other to lead in a healthy way where they don't feel threatened by everyone else's success.
Good answer, Chennai. Stephen A., what do you think?
Both of y'all make very valid points, and y'all haven't said anything that I disagree with, because I think that Jayson Tatum is a stud, and I think for years he's been underappreciated personally. But the same applies to Jaylen Brown, but in a much more piercing way. I'm not pushing back on you, Jay, because I don't disagree with you. But I do think it's important that you express more respect for what J.R. Smith was saying. The key thing to pick up on what J.R. Smith said is that the players know, the media or y'all just say because y'all want it to be something else. Well, that brings us back, Jay, to what was controversial coming out of my mouth a year and a half ago until Jaylen Brown and I sat down and he recognized what I was talking about. This dude is a guy, over the last 6 years or so, guys, he's averaged 24.7, 23.6, 26.6, 23, 22.2, and he's now averaging 28.9 points per game. He got his $300 million contract before Jayson Tatum got his. The dude is next level brilliant. He is a highly, highly intelligent brother. Very accomplished, very outspoken, very philanthropic with his time, his money, and his energy. He's a good dude, but he doesn't suffer fools easily, and he doesn't take any mess. And because of that, there was this perception out there that he wasn't liked, whether it be by Madison Avenue, whether it be by sneaker companies because of his position or with Nike, whether his outspokenness during the whole race riots and all of this stuff, racial justice movement, all of this other stuff that was going on. There were a plethora of things that
his return game show. I'm glad he's back. He took his time. He talked about confidence, and I'm glad he didn't lose his confidence 0 for 6 when he first started the game. But when he got that dunk and hit that 3, he started to get a little flow. And, they got the win. That's the most important thing. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy for his family, because when you're injured a long time like that, it is kind of lonely without the fellas. So to be able to be back with the fellas and the guys be in a great position for you guys really to win a championship, win, and if you came back and you come back. So kudos to him for coming back and playing well tonight.
And the common thread in that postgame seemed to be gratitude.
Gratitude. I think the other thing that you pay attention to, not his shots, not his shot selection, but his running mechanics. And his running mechanics and stop and go, his deceleration, his acceleration, all of that looked normal. With the, obviously the exception of the missed dunk here and there, but that's just because not only if you're talking about Achilles, but your knees, your calves, your hamstrings haven't been active. And so some of that is, is part of that growth and strength again in those areas as well. I'm just happy for him because he's one of the top 10 players in the league when he's healthy, and he deserves to be on the floor and get a chance to win an NBA championship.
I'm really proud of Jayson for the game of basketball. He's a great player, seems like a great kid. I've only met him a couple times. And I get so frustrated when I hear these idiots, fools, and jackasses on television talking about
all three of them.
I do. I don't understand. I don't understand, whether he should come back or not. I'm like, man, if you healthy, you come back. This debate whether, number one, I said earlier, the Celtics ain't gonna put him out there. They owe him $300 million. You think they put him out there? But this knows he should sit out the whole season. Man, we are the luckiest dudes in the world to do something stupid like play basketball. If you are healthy, you should play. That goes back to that BS about load management. We ain't no damn nurses and doctors and firemen and policemen and somebody in the armed service. We run it up and down a basketball court for 35 minutes a night. And you hear these guys talking about, well, he should sit out the whole year. Not if he's healthy. He got paid when he was hurt. He gonna get paid if he wasn't hurt. But this notion where, like, nah, man, if you getting paid, you go to work.
Well, I don't know if the salary is the reason why you play.
Yes, you play. If you get your job, it ain't your salary.
No,
you can
if
say
you can't perform.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Because you're hurt. Then you should sit out.
Yeah,
because
he
you're
wasn't
not
hurt.
hurting you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting your team.
But he came back.
He came back.
Because he was supposed to. But
if
I'm
he's
talking about the
healthy-
people who want him to sit out for the whole year. We're not
some
talking
people
about
are
money. You said salary. I'm talking about your job.
Okay, but if he sits out and just continues to strengthen and come back super, see right now he's strong. Wouldn't you want him to be super strong?
If he comes back next year, he's still gonna have the same mental thing he got to get through. KD sit out like an extra 6 months. He probably still had the same nervous energy when you go back and play. But I'm just saying, this is our job. The notion that, like, you know what, let me sit out the rest of this season and come back next year. I don't believe in that. If the doctors say, hey, man, you're good to go, and you come back and play. I just don't like the fact where I hear guys talking about, he going to risk. It's a risk every day you get up.
About 20 games left in the regular season. We'll see what kind of development Jayson Tatum has between now and the end of the season and